B.LEAGUE action comes your way once again this Sunday afternoon as we have Osaka EVESSA hosting the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. Good afternoon, basketball fans. Welcome to the Okimi Arena Maishima, our venue here today, as Osaka looks for back-to-back victories over the Brave Thunders. They won yesterday, 98-76, and looking for another victory right here, right now. Pretty good sized crowd here as we take a look at the team standings. Kawasaki at 14-40. Osaka a little bit better at 21-33, but these two teams are not playoff bound. As you see there, Brex at the number 1 position of the Eastern Conference, Nagasaki Delta ruling over the Western Conference. As we take a look at the wild card slot, top 4 will make it to the B.LEAGUE Championship. In front of their hometown fans. Let's take a look at the lineup of Osaka and the team here of Coach Hiroki Fujita. Parks Jr., of course, from the Philippines. Matt Bonds, a regular for him. Number 11, Ryan Luther, of course. And number 52, Volodymyr Herun. Those are the main stalwarts. They do have a lot of veterans, such as that man right there, Joji Takeuchi, a while ago. And they also have a mix of young talent that they're going to try to parade here. And it's now the time for these young players to be given the chance to showcase their wares, to be able to improve, and to be able to learn for the seasons to come. There's Coach Hiroki. Some last-minute instructions for Matt Bonds and Volodymyr. On the other hand, let's take a look at the lineup of the Brave Thunders. The lineup of Geoffrey Katsuhisa. They do have number 1, Omar Jamaluddin from the United States / Lebanon. They have number 5, Emmanuel Terry. They also have number 7, Ryosei Shinuyama. And there is Coach Geoffrey. 2 young coaches here trying to steer their squads to victory. Looking down at their line, they do have Roscoe Allen, of course, their long-time import. And there he is. Part of our key player matchup against Matt Bonds. So their squad before was Dusan Ristic from Serbia. He's going to be in the starting lineup here today. These two squads had so much promise heading into the season, but unfortunately, the ball just didn't bounce their way. Right now trying to salvage the remainder of the elimination phase. Each team plays 60 games here in the B.LEAGUE. You can see heavy minutes for both those players. 32 minutes and 27 minutes. Now we're going to have the introduction of the visitors. The squad from Kawasaki. There is some pressure, of course. Coach Hiroki wants to be able to win here on their home floor. Starting 5 for the Brave Thunders. Nice look there at Roscoe. Usually a starter, but they said today he will be coming off the bench. say. Fan favorite, long-time member of the Japanese national squad. Of course, he is at the latter part of his career at 37 years old. Here go the introductions.
Starting five, number one, Big Bang Studio. Number four, Marco. Number eight, Willa Blue. Number 2, Morgan Hill. Number 6, Sarah Zima. そしてチームチームは誰も小島聖也。昨日勝利した大阪エベッサ連勝するためにはさらなるエナジーが必要や。
There are your 3 referees handling proceedings here this Sunday afternoon. We've got referee Kato, referee Tomoshima, and referee Toyota. Once again, let's go to the starters for both these squads. Osaka starting out with Parks, Bonds, Uematsu, Herun, and Sakamoto. For the Brave Thunders, we have Jamaluddin. We also have Terry, Ristich, Yamauchi, and Okada. Nice look there at Bobby Ray Parks. Osaka, all set for this one. They won yesterday by a huge 22-point margin. They'd like to be able to repeat that result.
大阪エベッサ vs 川崎ブレイクサンダーズ。まもなくティーポー。さあ本ゲーム残り2試合。絶頂してホームの力改めて証明しようや。魂込めて戦うね。
Ceremonies are done. We're all set to go. Coach Joffrey. These Brave Thunders steal a victory here away from home. Well, what Shiroki says, not on my watch. Here's the countdown.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ティーポー。
numbers of some of these squads. Take a look at Kawasaki's offense. They're 5th worst at 73.3 a game. And on defense, they're giving up 83 points. That's why they have a losing record. Osaka, not that much better. Osaka's offense is at 80.6. Their defense at 82.6. Unfortunately, you're not going to win games. If you give up more points than you can score. It's as simple as that. Simple math. Second free throw on the way. Both are down. Matsu, the first 2 points of this contest. Goes back to the basket now. And the boys in white, the visiting squad. A little bit of a shove. That could have been a traveling violation, which is a traveling violation, but I said what I was going to say was it could have also been a charging foul. Look at this. There was a little shove there. Matsu. With a turnover, and the first turnover for his squad. Heru Benito Yamauchi, 23 years old. Well, they feel he's going to be one of the future players of the franchise, future stars of the franchise. Now giving him as much playing time as possible so he can learn, he can grow, he can develop. Here's Sparks, little sidestepping move. That's too easy. 4-0. The big question here is, will some of the Japanese players, the stars, for the Brave Thunders, actually see action? Yoshinoyama in the starting lineup. Bonds goes to the wing. Parks puts up a 3, and it drops. 5 quick points here for Parks. It's 7-0. I want to say that the route is on this early. A very good start here for the home squad. That's a foul. That was clear. Making contact there. Okada will head to the line. There was the bump. And that's a foul. 2 free throws coming up for number 55. That's Taiga Okada. Just 21 years old. Coach Hiroki says that wasn't too much of a bump, but again, if you're going to bump somebody at 5'9", you're really going to be able to send him flying. But you see Okada now being given a lot of playing time here by Coach Katsuhisa. If he's able to develop, if he's able to blossom into the star that they hope he can be a real spitfire. As we said, only 21 years of age. This is that first free throw though. That's one of the things that he needs to be able to do is make sure all those free throws he shoots at least 90%. 7-0 still. Here's Sparks. They'll swing it around. No hurry. Short there is Volodymyr. Trying to run, looking for some early offense. Why not go to one of your imports? Nice no-look pass. Well, when Ristic gets the ball inside, going to be very hard to stop him. He's 7 foot flat. And he knows what to do around that shaded area. 7-2 our tally. Continuing to run their system. Here's Volodymyr again. That time, he takes his co-7-footer to the rack. Though Volodymyr is listed at 6'10". They're about the same height, really, if you look at it. But also, Volodymyr with a reach of 7'2". 9-2, Itali. Once again, nice spin there by Ristic. He's got all 4 points for his squad. Sakamoto will bring it down. Matt Bonds finally takes a crack and hits. 2 threes now put down here by Osaka, and they lead 12-4. Quickly, they've opened up an 8-point lead, which is what obviously Coach Hiroki Fujita wants. Not to mention all the fans here at the Okina Arena Maishima. There's a smattering of fans for the Brave Thunders right behind their bench. Bonds puts up another one, in and out. Volodymyr, easy put back. Boy, it's now a 10-point lead opened up here by the hosts. Coach Hiroki's happy, but a timeout will now be called by Coach Katsuhisa. Roscoe Allen now sent into the fray. Allen, one of the veteran leaders here of the squad of Kawasaki. Sets up his shooter, a little bit too strong there though. Off to the races once again, Matt Bonds and company. Goes to the wing. Open three, yes! It's raining threes. Uematsu there now with 5 points in the contest. The same output as Ray Parks. 17-4. Nice look inside. Omar showing us his strength. Check that, that's Terry. Terry just checked in. So Omar to the bench. Manuel Terry, standing 6'9", 29 years old, from the United States. In comes Ryan Luther, another American, also at 6'9", but playing for Osaka. Terry can't complete the three-point play, so 3 misses already from the free throw line. Leads till 11. Ryan just checked in and hits a 3. Talk about instant offense. Well, he is their designated shooter. 20-6. What a blistering start from downtown here for the hosts. Well, these are the rims they're familiar with. They practice here almost every day. Not even the halfway mark of the first period. Already at 20 points is Osaka. Just at 6 points for the Brave Thunders. Roscoe Allen, step back 3. Not the best of shots. They have not been able to move that ball around the way they want to. Parks puts up a 3 of his own, just short. Almost a tip in. Sorry, miss for Sega. Sega will quickly come down. Look at this. He was the one who went for the offensive rebound, and he was the one who gave up that duty foul here on Roscoe. That's effort. Unfortunately for him, that'll be his second personal foul, so he will take a seat for the time being. And here comes another of the veterans here in the B-League. That's Tatsuya Suzuki, number 35. Makoto Kinoshita also sent it to the fray here by Coach Fujita. And he's really going for the victory, meaning he's sending in all his big guns. Joji Takeuchi has also checked in. Good defense there by the veteran. Takeuchi, 41 years old and still serviceable, as you can see there. Gonna want to challenge. Sets that pick once again. There's Takeuchi inside. Look at that. The veteran saying, I can play another 5 years at least. 22-6. The bounce pass doesn't get to Terry. That's a foul. That's a good duty foul by Yonesu. Yonesu, another one of these youngsters. And you can see the strategy now of Coach Katsuhisa. Sending in Taiga Okada, 21 years old. He has Ryoto Yonesu, 23 years old. So he's now looking to develop the future. We might not see Ryusei Shinoyama playing here today. One of the few turnovers. Nice lay-in there by Yonesu. Picking his spots properly. They feel he could also grow into a star. Bonds. Bonds takes his time. Against smaller defenders, he says, I can take everybody to the rack today. Matt Bonds, now with a total of 5,000 points here. Wow. He's had a great career here in the B-League. Foul's going to be called on Takeuchi's first, and unfortunately, for their squad, that will put them in the penalty. Actually, the only thing not going for them here in today's ball game so far. They lead by 16. Terry to try to bring this in. Up against Takeuchi. Picked up his dribble though. That's a poor pass. Actually, that was not just the fault of Terry, but you need to be able to come towards the ball. Another turnover for the visiting squad, to the delight here of the hometown fans. Kinoshita to the wing. Luther. 7 seconds in the shot clock. Bonds realizes it. Attacks inside, flips it up short. Here comes Roscoe off to the races. Terry, little sidestep. That's too easy. That'll cut the lead down to 14. Suzuki against the youngster Yonesu. Still in the backcourt. Suzuki showing everybody how it's done. The 34-year-old says yes. Little press shown here by Osaka. It's broken. Yonesu launches a three and hits. Yonesu now with 5 points. And you can see he is starting to blossom. 26-13. Ryan Luther, little spin. Flips it up and through. Everything coming easy as far as their offense. Already 28 points. And still just about a minute and a half still to be played. The flip. Terry lost control. Takeuchi, his pass a little bit too strong. Saved. Wow, what a sequence there. Ryan Luther, easy slam. And the lead has ballooned to 17 at 30-13. Quick reply. You can't trade baskets, even if it's just the first quarter. You're already down by 15. Suzuki spots up. A little bit too strong. Under a minute remaining in quarter number 1. Yonesu might have traveled there. Forces up that shot. Terry, offensive rebound. Short on that putback. Tip goes to Allen. Open three. Spotting up. Yonesu delivers. Yonesu now with a quick 8 points. That's going to cut the lead down to 12. A little bit more manageable. They need stops. That's going to be an offensive foul. Little nudge there coming from the veteran, Joji. There it was. Little hip check. Takuchi says, that has never happened to me when I was playing for the national squad. Referees explaining there to Coach Fujita why they made that call. Yonesu and company will definitely go for the final shot here. We'll try to cut it down to 10 or maybe 9 with a three-pointer. They'll go at the 5-second mark. Yonesu to the wing. Nice tip there by Ryan. 5.1 remaining. Osaka wanting a stop here. Not happy with his 12-point lead, but still, they're up. Ristich doesn't realize the time. Puts up a three. No. Not a good sequence there offensively. 1 quarter done here at the Yokini Arena Maishima. And it's 30-18 in favor of Osaka. Second quarter underway here. Comfortable 12-point lead opened up here after the first 10 minutes of play. Nice look inside, extra pass. Roscoe gets denied. Don't forget that Volodymyr is 6'10". But as I mentioned earlier, with a 7'2" wingspan, comes up with a block. Duty foul going to be called there on Shota Tsuyama. Tsuyama, one of the veterans of this squad at 29 years old, now being fielded in by Coach Katsuhisa. So trying to go to some of the veterans here to make this a respectable game. Kinoshita gets this big man. Extra pass. Ryan can challenge. Cross-court pass. That's a smart play by Parks. He saw the defender was sticking a little too close. Watch it here. Suddenly just puts it up. Tsuyama will pick up his second personal foul. That's also the two team fouls that we have here. Parks makes the first free throw. He's got 6 points in the contest. Parks has really adjusted so well here to life in Japan and to playing the B.LEAGUE. After starting his career in the Philippine Basketball Association, the PBA. Coming back in is Jaheru Yamauchi. Another youngster. He started this ball game. He is 23 years old. So they've gone to Okada, 21 years old. Yamauchi, 23 years old. And Yonesu, another 23-year-old. As Allen delivers there. So they're going young for this particular matchup again. If you look at their season, Kawasaki at 14-40, no chance. Kinoshita will launch. Nice track there by the youngster. And here's Yonesu. He'll quickly launch, just come up short. Roscoe Allen will be fouled, battling 3 players from Osaka there. Watch it once again. But there was a hold, clearly. Uematsu picks up his first personal foul. Well, not wanting to yield a quick basket. That's a good foul. Allen to Yonesu. Yonesu, he's not gun shy. Let's see what Jaheru wants to do. Goes to his import. Allen turns around and hits. He's gonna cut the lead down to 10. It's the closest that they've been after being down by 17. Sakamoto finds Parks. Parks looking for his second 3 there. It might be a foul on Roscoe Allen. It is. He thought he had it. A nice rebound there. Coming from the big man. Volodymyr Herun from Ukraine. 2 minutes quickly gone here in the second. Uematsu finds Parks. Parks off the roll. We'll get it right back. Have good spacing there. We swing to the other side. Uematsu for 3. Yes! Swishes that one through. He's got 8 points. What a contribution here for Uematsu. Uematsu was a starter for Coach Fujita here today. Yonesu hits. That's his second 3. Already in double digits is Yonesu. So he's saying, I'm not just a blossoming star, I am a star. Volodymyr, extra pass, Sakamoto, sets up, no. Ristich, good rebound. Here's Yonesu once again, asking for a pick, doesn't get it. Up against the taller Parks. Roscoe, can't find a space. Ryan there with a steal. Ryan with a cut, doesn't get the pass. Sakamoto says, let's set things up. Sets up Luther. Ryan for 3. A little bit short. Uematsu gets that. Volodymyr, brand new 14 here for the hosts. And increase their lead. Volodymyr inside. Easy lay-in. Basket on one opportunity. And a foul on Roscoe. When Volodymyr has a full head of steam, such as this one, you just give him the basket. There was definitely a nudge. Allen not happy with the foul, but That's his first. You can see that bewildered look he has as he talks to the referees, but still, that foul will stay. Continues to talk to the referees. Vladimir with a bonus free throw. And extend this lead to 13. Ooh, Shinuyama is in. So he's going to get some burn. Let's see what the 37-year-old can do here. Volodymyr knocks down the free throw. 38-25 is our tally. Shinuyama's going to lose it. Parks with a steal. Finds Bonds. That's good pressure put up by Parks, knowing that Shinuyama has just checked in. Hasn't even broken a sweat yet. Now, almost lost it. There's another steal. Bonds with a slam. And a timeout will have to be called. Back-to-back turnovers by Ryusei. And the lead is now back to 17. .6:10 remaining in the second quarter. Shinuyama still on the floor. Despite those two miscues, a three drops. Nice basket there from Iida. So now starting to go to some of the veterans here. It's Coach Katsuhisa. Iida still at 14 though. Parks. It'll show. That'll be a foul. Two free throws coming up here for Ray Parks. Got to take advantage of that size mismatch he has over Iida. Not to mention the speed that he has. Parks at the free throw line off that first foul from Iida. Ryo Iida, 6'1", up against the 6'4" Ray Parks Jr. Parks now with 8 points. He also has 2 rebounds and 1 dime. And so quickly, Kawasaki in the penalty. Still 5:41 remaining. That's not a good sign. Parks will be lifted. Might come in for the last 2 minutes of this one as they send in Suzuki. Georgie Takeuchi is in as well. They set up Iida once again. He banks that through. Wow. Back-to-back threes for Iida. That's instant offense. That's what they need here. Leads cut down to 13. Suzuki. Takeuchi will bring it back out. Luther finds a friend, gets it to Suzuki. They get it back to Ryan. Ryan, power move, kicks it out. Uematsu for 3. Just short. That was well run though. They got the outside shot. An open one. Just couldn't knock it down. Ristich against Takeuchi. We'll try to bring it closer. Foul on Joji, his second. Nice fishing expedition there from Ristich. Coach Fujita not happy about that one as we get to this official timeout. Ristich on the line for 2 free throws. The Serbian makes the first. There are a handful of fans here for Kawasaki. They have traveled here to the Okini Arena, Maishima. Osaka so far has led from start to finish. Short on that second free throw. He comes right back to Ristich. And it's a 3-point play in reverse. (44-34). Kinoshita forced to put that one up. Shot clock is winding down. Terry to Ristich. Ristich for 2. And that is going to force the hand of Coach Hiroki Fujita. Suddenly, that 17-point lead is down to just 8. big rally put together here by Kawasaki. There's another steal. So Shinuyama, after he checked in, has really not contributed on a personal level, but if you look at his plus minus, it's sky high. Kinoshita with a foul there. First personal foul on Kinoshita. Parks back in. You expected him back at the 2-minute mark, but suddenly their lead has been dwindled, cut down to just 8. Some pressure here. Terry. Iida kicks it back out. Terry sets that pick. Nice lay in there. Yamauchi. Boy, the youngsters coming up big here in this rally. And the lead's down to 6. Suzuki. Not the safest of passes. Parks. 3, no. The big man's there. Volodymyr gets blocked by Ristic, but he puts it through eventually. And a foul on Ristic. Talk about staying with it. Volodymyr now with 9 points. He said, I will not be denied. Watch it once again. Gets the inside track. Gets the offensive rebound. The putback gets blocked. And he stays with it. And he did the right thing. Put a body on Ristic. So Ristic could not come up with a second block. Ooh, surprising substitution here. Ristic has been doing so well for his squad. But Roscoe will come in. They might have been better served by replacing Terry. But again, Coach Katsuhisa is the one getting the big bucks. But Ristic was doing so well for his squad. He gets sent to the bench. And extend his lead back to 9. Volodymyr. And does. Some pressure in the backcourt. Iida. Now it gets to Shinuyama. 3 minutes and change before the halftime break. Roscoe. Here comes the veteran. Shinuyama short. Roscoe's there for the putback, but he might be called for the push. Let's see if there was. There was a nudge. That was clear. That was clearly a nudge. How can you complain? When Roscoe sees this tonight, he's going to realize, yes, I should not have complained. That was a clear shove. And with Kawasaki in the penalty, 2 free throws now for Ryan Luther. And Luther's not one of those players you want to send to the line. He's a dead shot from there. Gonna bring this lead back to 11. .256 remaining in the second canto. Yonesu's back. Yonesu, if you're just joining us, already in double digits for the 23-year-old. Looking for space. Gets it to Roscoe. Roscoe back to Yonesu. 2-man game. Roscoe will come up short. Nice offensive rebound. And a steal, Suzuki. You can see there, he thought he got a good swipe. Coming in from the blind side. Almost got a steal on Nemoto. That will put OSAKA in the penalty as well. 2:30. Still to be played. Terry. And try to bring it closer. Short on that one. Luther with the board. Now he'll bring it down himself. Ryan. Nice find. The pass was slightly behind Volodymyr. Parks acknowledges, but I don't think he realizes they're in the penalty. Now he's going to realize and say, oh, I shouldn't have done that. There he is apologizing, saying, I didn't realize it. Nice chat there with Terry. Terry says, thank you so much. There he is looking over at Coach Fujita saying, my bad, my bad. Terry says, thank you very much. First free throw is down. Gets a deficit. Down to 10. We have had no ties yet in this ball game. Osaka has led from start to finish. They got the first basket and 2 free throws from Uematsu, and they haven't looked back. A barrage of threes really gave them that big 17-point lead, which is now down to 9. Suzuki. Pressure in the backcourt from Yunesu. This is to Kinoshita. Back to Suzuki. Sparks. Jab step. And the foul's going to be called on Roscoe. That's going to be number 3 on Allen. He got caught in the closeout. Now there was contact. You have to give the shooter space to land. Now Ristic will check in. This might be a blessing in disguise, because Ristic is actually playing better than Allen at the stage that Ristic was relieved. Dusan Ristic back on the floor together with Tsuyama. Here comes Uematsu, a starter earlier today for Coach Fujita. Already with 8 points. His contribution. Parks trying to get to double digits. Makes the first. He's at 10. Parks will make the second as well. Back to an 11-point margin. Well, these fans here in Osaka love Ray Parks. One final free throw. That'll rim out though. Carry with the rebound. They go to Yunesu to bring it down. Up against Uematsu. Uematsu is not as quick, but he's taller. They get it over to Ristic. Ristic, Terry. Terry having a good scoring day for himself. Here comes Matt Bonds. Straight to the cup. He knew he was going to get fouled. Matt Bonds on the line for 2. Straight line drive. There you saw the hack. That'll be a foul on Ida, his second. Bonds gets the roll on the first. So far, Matt's third in terms of scoring here this season at 20.5. That's a nice tip. That can be done, but Parks recovers. Extra pass. Kinoshita might have traveled there. Goes in all the way and scores for 2. Lead is back up to 12. Of course, Matt Bonds would want a winning season, but unfortunately, his 20.5 was not enough. Almost a steal there for Bonds. They try to go inside. Ristic for 2. Ristic now with 11 points. As we said, it looked like he's a little bit more effective, at least today, for the squad of Kawasaki. Turnover. Coach Fujita happy.
さあ今めっちゃ怖いもんね。ディフェン
Look at the turnover story. OSAKA with 5, 6 for Kawasaki. Final 35 seconds of the first half. Matsu hits the deck. They go inside, breakdown in defense. Gary says thank you so much. He's got 10 points. And a good find there. Great radar shown by Yonesu. Look at that pinpoint accuracy. Final 26 seconds before the halftime break. Definitely OSAKA wants to score here. That 8-point lead, down from 17, is a luxury, but not enough. Bonds to Ryan. Kinoshita looking for space, puts up a deep three. Back rims that one. Uematsu with the offensive rebound. They're gonna have the final shot from the logo. No. Ristich with the rebound. And that is gonna bring us to our halftime break. 54-46 in favor of OSAKA.
さあこの時間ではハーフタイムパフォーマンスをお届けします。まずは大阪レスラーシアタースクールビリッツの皆さんによるパフォーマンスをご覧いただきます。こちらコメントをいただいておりますのでご紹介いたします。大阪エベッサチアダンススクールビッツです。私たちビッツは本日の試合をもって今シーズン最後の出演となります。最後のパフォーマンス、選手の皆さん、そしてベッサーの皆さんへ元気と笑顔をお届けできるようこれまでの感謝の気持ちを込めて精一杯踊ります。後半へ向けてさらに会場一体となって盛り上がっていきましょう。それでは3、2、1、GO BEATS！ 闇を越えた君に 大阪別サチアダンススクールビッグの皆さんでした。ありがとうございました。さあ続いてはこちらのコーナーに参りましょう。ネスレ日本株式会社プレゼンツハーフタイムアトラクションスキルチャレンジ。このコーナーにはですね、レイちゃんそして水本さんにも盛り上げていただきます。さあそれでは早速スキルチャレンジに挑戦する皆さんにご登場いただきましょう。皆さん拍手でお声掛けください。どうぞ。こちら。
わあなあすごいキットカットマンみたいな人来た。キットカットマンみたいな人来た。
さあそれではご紹介いたしましょう。まずはスポーツ系動画クリエイターの優作スポーツさんです。
お願いします。
さあ本日はエベッサの試合終了後に開催するネスレ日本株式会社プレゼンツスペシャルマッチのゲストとしてお越しいただいております。優作スポーツさんよろしくお願いいたします。
お願いします。
そしてですね、淀川工科高等学校、本庄良樹さんよろしくお願いします。そして黄門学園女子高等学校の井戸美久さんです。さあ本日はこちらの3名の方にスキルチャレンジに挑戦いただきます。皆さんぜひ頑張ってください。
お願いします。
よろしくお願いします。さあそれではまずはスキルチャレンジの内容をご紹介いたします。デモンストレーションとしてスパン水本さんにやっていただきます。ではマイド君も準備をお願いします。マイド君こっちかな。マイド君そっちじゃないよ。マイド君じゃこっちに来ていただいてもいいですか。こっちでお願いします。ディフェンスです。さあそれでは水本さん準備はよろしいでしょうか。ではスタートしていきましょう。お願いします。まずはアウェーゴールまで障害物をかわしながら左右にドリブルをしていただきます。そして最後マイド君が立ちはだかっているのでそれも抜いていただいて、
すごいディフェンス。
うまいでまずはレイアップシュートを打っていただきます。はい、入るまでお願いします。
はい、入るまでですね。
はい、頑張ってください。はい、OK です。そしたらこの後ワンバウンドパスであちらのカゴにゴールラックに入れていただきます。 OK です。これも一発成功。そして最後にスタンド位置のゴールまで戻ってきてフリースローを入れればチャレンジ成功ということになります。さあフリースローはどうでしょうか。惜しい。ここから見たら入ったように見えます。
そうなんですよね。
どうでしょう。はい、頑張ってください。制限時間は1分内です。
はい。
さあ、あと制限時間は10秒。さあ、
いやちょっと
落ち着いて頑張って。
水本さん
残り5秒。あれ、オッケー。これでチャレンジ成功ということになります。制限時間は1分間で挑戦いただきます。タイムが一番早く達成できた方が勝利ということになります。高校生のお二人は優作スポーツさんに負けないように頑張ってください。よろしくお願いいたします。それでは早速1人目からいきたいと思います。まずは本庄さんからチャレンジをしていただきます。では準備をお願いいたします。
さあ準備はいいでしょうか。それでは行きましょう。1人目の方スタート。
頑張れ頑張れ。
水本さん全員ちゃう。
さあ、マイド君のディフェンスを
マイドディフェンス回して。
さあ、頑張って。
いいよいいよ。
まだ10秒しかかかっていません。さあ、
これいくか。
これ結 結構むずいんですよこれ。
水本さん一発でいったら
これ結構むずいよ。
そうそうよいしょ。
これがね
これ俺のうまさ分かったよこれ。
さあ最後の
まだいけるまだいける。
残り時間
水本さんには負けるな。
30秒。
これめっちゃおもろいよこれ。
落ち着いて。
もう一回やります。
成
34秒。
功。34秒。残り16秒のところで成功です。
さあ続いてじゃあ2人目の挑戦者ですね。
はい皆さん。
これを超えられるか。じゃあ準備いいですか。それでは行きましょう。
ちょっと待ってくださいね。タイマーがちょっとセットです。
あ、OK ですね。
はい、OK です。
はい、じゃあそれでは行きましょう。スタート。あ、でも早いよ。
めちゃくちゃ早い。
めっちゃ早いよ。
さあ、前の人の指さどうだ。
おお、水本さん歩いてたんじゃんあれ。
そうです、自分で。
さあここでここで。
さあ、落ち着いて。
ああ、すげえ。お、これいくんちゃう。
お、すごいすごいすごい。さあ、どうでしょうか。
28秒。
素晴らしい。
素晴らしい。
28秒です。
今現在トップですね。
さあ、トップです。これを優勝することができるか。
プレッシャーが出てますけど、優先するからできなくても準備いいですか。
キットカットマンや。
それでは行きます。キットカットまでいいですか。それでは行きましょう。スタート。めちゃめちゃモードですよ。すごい黄色い。お姉さん。
チャージングしてるんで。
おお。来ましたね。
あ、キットカットマン。
キット
カットマンすごい。
これどういうか。決めた。
右にそれてしまった。
キットカットマンどうなる？
うわ、惜しい。
さあ、
決めてくれ。決めてきました。ということで、3名の挑戦が終了しました。ということは、こちらは井戸さんが28秒ということで、見事勝利です。おめでとうございます。
すげえ。
さあ、それではこれからね、今皆さんとこれから記念撮影を行いたいと思います。ちょっと中央にギュッとなっていただきましょう。よろしくお願いします。
前田君大丈夫か？
前野君もディフェンス頑張りました。
あ、井戸ミクさんめっちゃ早かったな、ほんまに
めち。ゃくちゃ早かったですね。
井戸さん一番遅かったですもんね。
俺めっちゃ下手でしたね。
めっちゃ下手でしたね。
あ、ここでいいかな。
さあ、それでは準備よろしいですか。それでは行きましょう。3、2、1、GO。ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
さあ、それではね、最後に挑戦してくれた皆さん、そして前半戦で大きな声を出してくれた皆さんと一緒にきっとを口にしようということで、さあ皆さんと一緒に食べていただきたいと思います。はい、僕持ちます。さあ、きっとを口に。
わあ、美味しそう。
さあ皆さんしっかり食べていただいて、
あ、食べていいですかね。
はい、食べていただいて大丈夫です。
うわ、
どうですか、ユーススポーさん、食べた感じ、ちょっと今口ボコボコしてると思うんですが、
めちゃくちゃサクサクですね。
あ、めちゃくちゃサクサクということで、
ちょっと今、挑戦中で、
はい
あまりうまく食べれないんですけど、
いやいや、サクサクいや、それでもしっかり食べていただきたい。サクサクというコメントもいただきました。ありがとうございます。さあ、急走もバッチリ、これできっと勝てますんで、後半戦も熱い応援よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
ということで以上、レスレ日本株式会社プレゼンツハーフタイムアトラクションスキルチャレンジでした。ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
はい、皆さんありがとうございました。続いて皆様にご案内です。エベッサの試合終了後には部活応援企画ネスレ日本株式会社プレゼンツスペシャルマッチを開催いたします。高校生たちによる熱い試合をぜひご観戦ください。また試合間にはゲストの優作スポーツさんと BT からオリジナルフェイスタオルのプレゼント企画もございます。このスペシャルマッチは本日ご来場の皆さん誰でも観戦可能となっておりますので、ぜひ熱い試合を一緒に応援しましょう。
誰もが希望を持って踏み出せる、そんな明日を叶える理想がれる、心たぎる瞬間とともに夢やエナジーを生み出す B リーグ。 求められるインフラは時代で変わる。求められるインフラは地域で変わる。本当に必要なインフラを提供し続けたい。その道のりは険しく果てしない。それでも私たちは地域の未来へ明日をつなぎたい。
それではここで B リーグのパートナー各社をご紹介いたします。 B リーグトップパートナーソフトバンク、 B リーグタイトルパートナーリソナグループ、 B リーグイノベーションパートナーインフロニアホールディングス、 B リーグパートナーズ日本生命、 TIS、 B.LEAGUE、 B リーグサポーティングカンパニーズ、モルフィン、朝日新聞、日本経済新聞社、大塚製薬、
Look at the numbers there for the first half of play. Shooting much better. Osaka EVESSA 76% as compared to 58%. But look at this. From 3-point distance, shooting 50% are the Brave Thunders. But actually, if you look at it in made field goals, both teams shooting 5 threes. Scoring leaders, Parks with 11, Bonds and Herun with 10 apiece. 9 for Ryan Luther, and Uematsu with 8. What a distribution there of scoring. Nice look at Ryan Luther coming off the bench, quickly hit a 3. For Kawasaki, their scoring leaders, 11 each for Yonesu and Ristich. 10 for Terry, and 6 each for Iida and Allen. Also pretty good balanced scoring, and they have 3 players in double digits. It looked like it was going to be a blowout as Osaka was up by 17, 30-13 at one stage in quarter number 1, but coming up with a strong second quarter. Coming closer, Kawasaki. Key player matchup there. Slightly with the advantage. Team that's ahead, Osaka. We're all set for the third period. And you can see Osaka wanting this victory, but at the same time, the Kawasaki Brave Thunders are not going to give up without a fight. They do have a smattering of fans here inside the Okini Arena Maishima, but at the same time, all their fans back home expecting a victory for their squad, despite the fact that they're not going to make the playoffs. Still playing for pride. And that, for all these teams, very important. Parks puts up a 3 and hits. Ray Parks, scorching from deep. That's his second 3. Now with a total of 14 points. The lead quickly, back up to 11. Quick foul there by Sakamoto. Inside Sega. Matt Bond scores another. He just breached the 5,000 point mark in his career here in the B-League. And today a total of 12. So he just continues to rack up the points. Those are the turnovers that Kawasaki just cannot afford. Nice pass. Good defense there by Volodymyr. Not the best of passes. That's why a lot of the coaches always advocate 2 hands in terms of the pass. Going with the ill-advised one-handed pass, it's a turnover. Minute gone here in the third. Terry finds the release pass, Yonesu. Ristich will put up a 3, tries his hand and does! Nice 3 by Ristich. Showing everybody he's an inside-outside guy. If he's able to develop his mid-range, he can be a 3-level scorer. Bonds, poor pass. Terry tries to make control, no! Boy, that's a nice move by Bonds. Will overshoot, and you see 2 of them there. Volodymyr Herun and Matt Bonds trying to go for the putback. That was not good transition defense by the squad of Kawasaki. They just gave up 2 points. Parks with the foul, picks up the youngster, and apologizes to Yamauchi. Once again, goes up to Yamauchi just to make sure he's good. No free throws here. They say the foul was on the ground. Takeuchi will check back in to the veteran. See what he can contribute. Yamauchi hounded by Parks once again. That's a nice matchup. Nothing there from that shot, and here comes Bonds once again in the open court. He'll be fouled. Duty foul by Yonesu. That's going to be the first team foul for the squad of the Brave Thunders.
OSAKA EVESSA.
We look for Parks. Parks brings it closer. The ball still on the outside. The veteran to Parks. Looks like Parks is going to do a jab step. Now will attack. Kicks it out. Open three. Kinoshita can't convert. Nice rebound by Terry. Inside Terry with the layup. They're still battling. 12 points now for Terry. The lead down to 10. Parks puts up a three. Bang! Ray Parks has been on target the entire afternoon. 64-51 is our tally. Ristich turns around. Well, trying to show us his medium range game. Just short on that one. Parks will try to bring it closer. They swing. Bonds asking for it. They go to Parks. Parks launches another one. A little bit too strong that time. In the open court, Yamauchi gets away. Well, that's what Yamauchi can definitely do. Sprint down the floor. Takeuchi to the wing. Parks. Yamauchi on his hip. He gives it back out. Shot clock is now down to 6. Bonds with the attack. And a travel will be called on Bonds. He waited a little bit too long. He could have taken that shot over the much smaller defender. Watch it here. On the turn. And he still tried to force the issue. Ryan Luther in. Vanessa almost lost it. Parks says, "You're sticking to me like glue, so will I." Vanessa up against Luther. Puts up a deep one. Not the best of shots. Also not the best pass. Vanessa able to get to that one. Taps it out. I apologize to the bench, but really that offensive thrust of theirs wasn't going anywhere. Uematsu back. He's had a good game for himself so far. Nice look at Coach Joffrey. Giving out the defensive assignments. Kinoshita finds Bonds. Bonds. They blitz him. Uematsu left wide open, and he drains another three. He's got a total of 11 points, and he has 3 threes in the ball game. $67-53. Terry inside for 2. Looking for the foul. None given. Total of 14 points now for Terry. Nishita. Bonds, quick turn. Takeuchi sets up for 3 and hits. That's in his bag. And he came up with a big one. 5 points now for Joji Takeuchi. And the lead is 15. Trying to blow this game away if they possibly can. Ristich comes up short. Tap goes back to Ristich. He'll overshoot though. Takeuchi tracks that one down. Bonds. Sudden burst of speed and Yamauchi fouls him, stopping the action. That will be the second team foul for Kawasaki here in the second. There's that last play. Roscoe Allen in now. Park sent back in. That was a brief rest. Wasn't even sitting down for a minute. A minute of actual game time though. Suzuki also in. Ryan can't launch. Gets it to Bonds. Bonds to Parks. Uematsu. Ray. Ryan will try. That gets blocked. At the right place at the right time though. It falls right in the hands of Bonds. Terry with the foul. 2 free throws now for Matt.
川崎5番テリー選手のファウル、個人ファウル1つ目、チームファウル3つ目、シュートモーション中のファウルのため大阪にフリースロー2ショット。
Lead is ready at 15. These 2 free throws could match their biggest. But he misfires in the first. The lead was down to 8. Nice burst here in the third. Well, they set the pace. Talking about 2 missed free throws for Bonds. Talking about OSAKA EVESSA though. They set the pace with 30 big points in the opening period. Roscoe. Now they'll wait. Wanted the defense to work. Move the defense around a little bit. And then go to the cup. Well, the veteran getting schooled there by Okada. Second personal foul going to be called on Suzuki. Those 2 players are cat quick. Okada missed 2 free throws in the first period. He was the starter here today for Coach Katsuisa. Makes the first free throw there. Let me see if they can bother the shooter. But the youngsters up to the task. That will cut the lead down to 13 though. Now on the offensive, the home squad, Bonds to Ryan. Quick move there by Ryan, and Shinuyama will pick up a personal. Ryan Luther trying to take advantage of the speed that he has there, not to mention the size. Clearly a foul. His personal will be a save. Fan favorite. But so far not really able to contribute to his squad's cause today. Uematsu. Swing it around, ends up with Ryan. Ryan explodes to the cup and puts up the floater. 72-57. Trying to answer back. Nothing there from Okada. Parks to the wing. Uematsu sets. Lines up a 3 and hits. And the timeout is going to be needed by the Brave Thunders. Suddenly, Uematsu with 14 points, and suddenly an 18-point lead enjoyed now by Osaka.
対57とリードを広げた大阪エベッサ。さあここをしっかり守るぜ。いいか。
Some pressure in the backcourt here by Osaka. They're going for the jugular. Boy, trying to take advantage here. Is Luther. Wants a challenge. They might not want to use the challenge here this early. But Coach Fujita will? No. That's a good decision. Just in case this game gets close. Parks turned around and suddenly Tsuyama with the layup here. $75-59. Suzuki. Luther. We gotta bring it closer. Steps into this one. Will come up short though. Terry. They're playing 5-on-4. Roscoe inside. Yes! That will be a three-point play in the offing here for Roscoe Allen. Roscoe knowing what he has to do. You saw the smaller defender up against a local. He says, I'm taking you to school. Roscoe Allen from Hungary makes the free throw. Both teams are now in the penalty for the final 2:21. Parks gives it up. Bonds tries a three. Yes! Just like that. 17 points for Bonds and a 16-point advantage once again for the home squad. They have been in complete control of this one. Roscoe puts up a three of his own. That rims out. Suzuki will bring it down. Try to attack. That's a smart move. That brief change of pace draws a foul from Okada. He actually didn't need to motion like he was taking a shot because, as I mentioned, both teams in the penalty. Suzuki's first rims out. Suzuki is an exceptional free throw shooter though. Misses there on the first. He's also a deadly three-point shooter. Second on the way. Swishes it through. The veteran at 34 years old. That's a nice battle. Youth versus experience. There's a switch. Kinoshita now on Okada. Using that pick from Terry. Kinoshita will be called for a foul. That's free throws. Well, he made contact off that brush screen. Second foul of Makoto as we have Emmanuel Terry on the line. He's going to get the shooter's touch. That was actually a lucky bounce. That shot was a little too strong. Second now. You can see Coach Hiroki still on the sidelines there. On his knees. He's got strong legs to be able to do that. 79-63, entering the final 90 seconds. Suzuki, no! Almost got his own miss. Maybe not the best of shots. They go to the wing. Tsuyama launches a three. Back rims that one. The tip goes to Uematsu. Finds Bonds. Uematsu. Little sidestep. Easy tip in. Volodymyr not giving up on the play. That's what you've got to love. Everybody coming down to try out to help offensively. And they got the easy tip in. To the wing. Okada. Shinuyama. Flips it up and through. Well, the veteran showing he's still got a lot of smarts. Final 35 seconds of the third. Suzuki again. Behind the back pass. And there's going to be a foul. Volodymyr to the line. They're checking on who the foul is going to be given to, but there was contact. Watch it here. Look at that, behind the back pass. So the foul is going to be on Okada, his second. Seiga Sakamoto back. One of the starters today for Coach Hiroki. Volodymyr's first. .3 seconds remaining. Second drops. Okada and company need to score here. This is already a big deficit. But for Osaka, they want to stop. Almost a travel, rear save. They give it back out. Shot clock. Down to 3. Prayer not answered. Seiga Sakamoto will have enough time. Kinoshita puts up a 3. That follow from Uematsu would not have counted even if it dropped. 3 quarters done here at Yokini Arena Maishima. And still showing the way is Osaka EVESSA. You saw on your screens a while ago those in foul trouble. Both squads now preparing for the fourth. Osaka's ready to go. Well, Kawasaki needs a good start here to the fourth to have any chance of coming back. It's not an insurmountable lead here at 82-65, but it's quite comfortable. Ida back. And we're underway for the fourth. Gary, looking for a friend, has to give it back out. Here comes Roscoe. Allen inside. Foul's going to be called on Ryan. Ryan asking where, he says. Well, there was the reach in. Would have been called there. There was also some contact on the actual shot. 2 free throws now for Roscoe Allen to quickly try to bring this deficit down by 2. If he's able to make the 2 free throws. The first is good.
さあこの次の2本目はきっと止めましょう。ハリセンディフェンス。
Roscoe and company need every single free throw they can get. And that stops the clock as well, so that works in their favor. They're the fans of Kawasaki here at Yukini Arena, Maishima. Sega. Now gonna try to burn some clock as well. It's not the safest of leads though. They go inside, Volodymyr, touch pass, Makoto inside, flips it. Well, he did that because he knew he had Volodymyr inside. That's a smart play by Makoto. 15 points now for Volodymyr. Terry. Roscoe. Sega was waiting for that one, and he'll finish. Nothing really Yonesu could do. Sega Sakamoto is 6 foot flat. Yonesu is 5'9". 86-67. This is now the biggest lead in the contest at 19. Another steal. Ryan kisses it off the glass. And a quick timeout needs to be called here by the Brave Thunders. It is now a 21-point deficit they're staring at. Attack inside. Kinoshita on the floor. Picks himself up. They go to Ristich. Ristich falling away. Not the best of shots. Ooh. That looked like a turnover. But they're going to say he didn't beat the shot clock. The thing's going from bad to worse. Not even 2 minutes gone, and a sudden big explosion put together by Osaka. That's actually the explosion that the Brave Thunders needed to get back into this ball game. Makoto to Sakamoto. They look inside. Volodymyr, yes. Now 90-67. 17 points for Herun. Again, if you're just joining us, these two squads faced each other yesterday. Osaka winning that one 98-76. The Looks like they're going to be well on their way to victory here, unless a major miracle happens. Uematsu launches short. Terry with the board. They need to score quickly. They got to get into their offense. Ristic for three, no. Coach Hiroki was surprised there was no challenge on that three from Ristic. He misfired though. Now they're going to try to burn clock once again. At this stage, they don't really need too many points on the board anymore. Volodymyr misfires. And now Ryan gets fouled. The foul's going to be called to Niida, his third. Ray Park sent back in together with Bonds. So now Coach Hiroki looking for the killer blow. They get it into Bonds. They're going to use some of that brand new 14 they have. Takeuchi with a handoff. They look inside. Joji. Yes. He had to shoot that one high. He's tall at 6'9", but he was up against Dusan, who's 7 flat. That'll drop for Ristic. That's hardly going to put a dent on this huge deficit. Biggest lead in the contest is 25, which happened just a while ago. Ristic now on the line. Trying to complete a three-point play. Ristic with 16 points. Stays at 16. He also has 8 boards and 1 assist. Now using clock once again, but suddenly Takeuchi gets away inside. You see Ristic saying there, well, that was a good play. Surprised me. 6:09 still to be played. Essentially a one-ball game here. Ooh, that's gonna drop. That's 2 points. That should be 2 points. Let's see what they do. They just add 1. That should be 2. Let's see if they add to that. Right now it's 94-69. Another stop and play here. Gary looking for a power dribble. Gets fouled by Bonds. That's going to be the third team foul on OSAKA. Dangerous pass, almost stolen there. You want something going towards the basket? Really risky pass, but no turnover yet. Gary will take a break. Here comes Roscoe. Finally inside the wrist stitch. That's what you're gonna do. Come out the way Yonesu did. Step back. Nothing. Wrist stitch. No resistance that time anymore. Koji Takeuchi says, we're not gonna give you a 3-point play. 18 points in the contest. Now here for wrist stitch. The pass a little too strong. Turnover. That is turnover number 9 for Osaka. (94-71), approaching the 5-minute mark. Inside wrist stitch. That'll roll out. He gets it back, puts it through. 20 points now here. The Serbian flexing his muscles inside. Sega to Ryan. Parks. Puts up a 2-pointer, will come up short. Final 5 minutes. And Sakamoto with the duty foul here, which is going to bring us to this official timeout. 4:45 remaining, and Osaka up by a mountain and a molehill.
ここで90秒のオフィシャルタイムアウトです。
Final half of the quarter from the Okini Arena Maishima. This looks at now is an insurmountable lead, really. Especially if you're not able to score early, such as that. Bonds will get the rebound. And now they're going to burn clock. No hurry whatsoever. Herun to Bonds. Bonds will put up an early shot. Marks can't track it down. You'd think they want to take the shot with about 6-7 seconds remaining in the shot clock, because this game is essentially over. They'll go inside, wrist stitch. Basket and one opportunity there. You like the fact that they're still playing, despite the fact that seemingly a lost cause. Parkson is the third. He was the help defender in that sequence. Picks up the personal. Conversion there for wrist stitch. Now with a double-double of 23 points, 10 boards. Parks will be fouled by Ristic. OSAKA in the penalty. Had a good foul there by Ristic. They did not get in the penalty. Parks for three. Short. They're putting up some early shots here. Well, I guess Ray felt he was free, but he was open. Right now, you don't really need points. Roscoe inside for two. That's what Allen and company need to do. Score quickly. 3:30 remaining. 94-78. That's much better. Now you can go for the shot. And Parks drains it. Parks with 4 threes and a total of 20 points here this afternoon. That's a basket. A three-pointer plus the foul. So Yunesu now looking for a 4-point play. Clearly contact there from Volodymyr. Now they're going to burn clock once again. Under 3 minutes remaining in this one. Good hands by Roscoe. .4 remaining. Now they got to take a quick shot. That's what they want to do, though. Bonds. Volodymyr. That's a nice steal. That's a great effort. Roscoe inside. Scores once again. Allen's got 15 points. And Coach Hiroki says, let's talk things over. Despite the fact that they are still up by a huge margin. Great defensive play. Started there with a swipe from Iida. And completed by Allen. Already one ball game, but I guess Coach Hiroki wants to make sure of this one. And no bad habits because they actually gave away 2 quick baskets. Parks again. Burning clock. Makes his move. Goes to the wing. Ryan for 3. In and out. Looking for a quick shot. There's Roscoe once again inside. Roscoe will come up short. Another block. That was big. Again, Sega burning these precious seconds. Takeuchi will launch from here and will come up short. Long rebound goes to Sakamoto. They look inside. Ryan for two. And that should be the backbreaker. 15 points now for Luther, and a timeout will be called by the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. .78 seconds remaining. Brave Thunders need to score quickly once again. Can they pull off a miracle here? Deep three, short. Bonds can't track it down. Yamauchi explodes to the cup and gives it up. Ryan with a slam, and that should be it. Under a minute remaining. Oh, that basket will count. Quick three-point play. Roscoe making hay while the sun shines here. Just quickly went back down and scored. Fourth personal foul on Parks. But 15 points, well 14 now if Roscoe makes the free throw. Kawasaki will just run out of time. But they made it decent. Much better than yesterday. .56 seconds remaining. Now past the timeline, Uematsu. They're trying to force a turnover. They do. Roscoe once again forces the issue. Basket and one. 20 points now in the contest for Roscoe. Nice steal from Yamauchi. Perfect pass. Sakamoto gets knocked to the ground. Sakamoto will hit the showers. His day's done with 5 personals. They're not giving up without a fight. And one more free throw to boot as Suzuki will check in. So Coach Hiroki going with better ball handlers. The lead's down to 11. To Bonds. To Ryan. That might have been a backing violation. That was close. Shot clock's now down to 8, and the pass behind Matt Bonds. It's another turnover, 29.3. But still, with 11 points still to be made up. Is there going to be a challenge here?
川崎ヘッドコーチチャレンジを行います。
Are they going to try to challenge the backing violation? Not quite sure if you can challenge that. Well, we'll soon find out. Well, the call was... that was off Bonds. That was clear. Not quite sure what they were reviewing there, but the ball does belong to Kawasaki. That was clear. Pressure in the backcourt. Final 25 seconds. Kawasaki still wanting to score here. Trying to send a statement that we didn't go away without a fight. Step back three, yes! Roscoe has been on fire here in the fourth. He's got 24 points, 15 seconds remaining in this one. And a timeout still will be called by Coach Fujita. They just need to get us in bounds. They do. Still trying to look for a steal, and a foul is going to be called. With 14 seconds, I'm not quite sure exactly what they're looking at. There is no more quarter after this. Second foul is going to be called on Terry. Well, they were looking for a steal. Even if they got the steal, what they're going to say? That's the last foul. And they're going to foul again. Even if they got a steal and they get a quick three, that'll still be an 8-point deficit. So 8 as it stands now, down to 5 with about 5 seconds remaining. Well, as they say, hope springs eternal. Not after that free throw, though. But you do want to see a team going down till the final seconds. The Brave Thunders are a very proud franchise. It's going to extend the lead to 10. 10.3 seconds remaining. And they still want to score here. They want to have the final say. Iida back rims that one. And that's going to be all she wrote for this one. It'll be a 10-point victory for Osaka EVESSA as they pick up back-to-back wins right here at the Okini Arena Maishima as they win this one 103-93. Stick around, interviews coming up. We're going to hear from Coach Hiroki Fujita and some of the stars of Osaka EVESSA. With the win, Osaka improves to 22-33. Kawasaki falls to 14-41. As we take a look at the quarter scoring, big fourth quarter for Kawasaki, but in the end, they would lose and lose back-to-back. Frown in the face on Ryusei Shinuyama, and that's expected. They were looking for victories here, but they're not gonna get it. 2-game swing here in Osaka, and 2 losses inflicted on the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. And now we've got Osaka EVESSA addressing their fans.
それでは藤田弘樹ヘッドコーチにお話を伺います。藤田ヘッドコーチ、よろしくお願いいたします。
2日間たくさんの応援ありがとうございます。長かったんですけど、やっと皆さんにホームで連勝を届けることができてすごく嬉しいです。本当にありがとうございます。あんまり言わないんですけど、でも、今シーズン怪我人もすごく多くて、昨日、今日と9人で2日間、戦い抜いた選手たちを本当に誇りに思います。本当に今までやってきたことを積み重ねだと思いますし、タフな負けも経験して、その中でハードワークし続けて、やっと皆さんに連勝を届けることができ、次の試合がホームラストの試合なので、またタフな相手ですし、そこをチーム全員で戦っていきたいと思います。水曜日も応援よろしくお願いします。
藤田ヘッドコーチ、ありがとうございました。
それでは続いて本日さあ、それではここから上松選手にお話を伺いたいと思います。さあ、まずは勝利おめでとうございます。
はい、ありがとうございます。
そして初めての魔王座ゲーム、
はい、
今の気持ちを聞かせてください。
いや、本当に今日の試合は長くて本当に大変だったんですけど、本当ブースターさんの声が力になって最後勝ち切ることができました。
キットカット1年分が送られたんですが、
はい、
甘いものは好きですか、上松選手は。
あんまりチョコは食べないかも。
いやいや、それ
けどキットカット好きなんで、はい、みんなで分け合って食べたいです。
はい、食べていただけるということでありがとうございます。さあ、それでは試合を振り返りたいんですが、
はい、
さあまずは3自己最多4本成功、はい、そしてキャリアハイ14得点です。
はい、
さあ今日の試合振り返ってみていかがですか。
そうですね、はい、最初もう本当に毎試合もらったらしっかり思いっきり打とうっていうのを思ってたんで、しっかりそこが今日は決めきることができたんで本当に良かったです。はい、
さあ次がホーム最終戦、相手はシーホース三河になります。
はい、
次の試合に向けての意気込み、そして今日大声援を送ってくれました ベストの皆さんへメッセージをお願いします。
はい、まずこの土日勝てたことは本当に良かったんですけど、また水曜日、三河と、試合があるので、本当に皆さんの力が、本当に必要になるんで、応援よろしくお願いします。
見事な活躍でした。上松義也選手でした。それでは上松選手には目の前のカメラの方にサインをしていただきます。よろしくお願いいたします。ありがとうございます。そして今ルカが持ってきましたクマのぬいぐるみにサインをしていただきます。さあ、そしてこのクマのぬいぐるみを持って再び記念撮影をしていただきます。大活躍でした。吉田選手、見事青座ゲームでした。こちらは試合中、2つに荒らせない献身的なプレーをした選手、1番大阪ソウルを燃やしてくれた選手を認出しております。本日の大阪ソウル賞は坂本聖馬選手です。
As you enjoy the highlights here of this win by Osaka EVESSA, let's talk about what Coach Hiroki Fujita said. First, he thanked the fans. And he said, thank you for all the support that you gave these past 2 days. And then he said, we're very happy with the victory. We struggled this season, especially with many injuries. Actually, that's really their main pitfall. They had so much expectations here this season, but injuries are a part and parcel of professional basketball. He said, but we are back, we're at full strength, and we're going to try to finish the season strong. So please continue supporting us. Uematsu, on the other hand, his comment was, he said it was a really hard game today, but all the fans cheering all throughout gave us the power. We played hard from the beginning. We still have some games. And their next opponent is Mikawa. And Mikawa is a strong squad. So he said, please come out cheering for the next game as they hope to be able to get wins once again to end their season. Again, in the B-League, each team plays 60 games in the regular season. Top 2 teams of each conference qualify for the playoffs, and then they have the next 4 teams also making it by the wild card. Unfortunately for these 2 squads, they're out of it. Osaka EVESSA with a win here improves to 22 and 33. Kawasaki falls further down the cellar at 14 and 41. First quarter ended in favor of Osaka. They were up by 12, 30-18. A little bit of a run put together here by Kawasaki. And that's why at the half, it was 54-46. A lot of these live turnovers really just did them in. Ristic puts up a 3 there. Actually, it was a better second half for Kawasaki. Bonds inside. Nice tip in there by Volodymyr. You can just see the desire early on really showed as Parks drains a 3. He was on target from deep. So was Uematsu, who would finish in double digits. Third quarter ended with a huge lead for Osaka, 82-65. And then they made a quick run to start the fourth, and they extended that lead all the way to 25 as they led 92-67. And then that is where the comeback started for Kawasaki. But they would run out of steam, they would run out of time as they'd lose this one by 10, 103 to 93. Touch passing there. Volodymyr with a rebound and a putback. Roscoe Allen with a poor pass and a strong finish there by Sega Sakamoto. The fourth quarter did belong to Roscoe Allen. Luther here, this was part of that big spurt that opened up a 25-point lead. And then inside, Ristic with a putback. And they found him again. That would be the third personal foul of Ray Parks. Renesu hits from 3, and he will finish with a 4-point play. Watch the sequence. Good defense, leading to an easy shot there for Roscoe Allen. But this was the backbreaker. Easy slam there by Ryan Luther. And Uematsu signing there saying, "Thank you, fans. And we'll see you next week." As we look at the numbers here, 70% shooting for 2 for Osaka EVESSA as compared to 54% rather, for the Brave Thunders. That was the huge difference. And then they also made 4 more threes. They had 6 more free throws. And that really was the tail of the tape. Big numbers here. Look at that, 46 and 54. Those are the points in the paint. So they got a lot of their points in the shaded area. Both these teams did. In fact, it was +8 for the Brave Thunders. Overall field goal shooting just about even. 52% for Osaka, 49 for Kawasaki. Scoring leaders, Parks would be the top scorer with 20 points, backed up by the 19 points of Luther and the 17 points of Bonds in this victory. In a losing cause, 2 huge efforts. 24 points for Allen, 23 points for Ristic, but it wasn't enough. Emmanuel Terry would finish with 15 markers to help out scoring. And then we have the other category leaders. 10 boards for Herun, 11 rebounds for Ristic. He would finish with a double-double. And in terms of assists, 8 dimes for Bonds, 7 here for Yonesu. Yonesu's come up big. And this young 21-year-old, check that, 23-year-old, feels that his time is now. Looking forward to getting even major minutes in the next season as we take a look at our key player matchup. Big fourth quarter. Therefore, Roscoe Allen gave him a total of 24 points, but unfortunately, it's going to be another loss for the Kawasaki Brave Thunders. Osaka wins this one by 10, 103-93, and that's going to do it for our coverage. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us. Till next week, take care. Have a good week ahead, everybody. God bless.